It's been 4 years since we compared the US and UK Dominoes, and since then, quite a bit has changed.
One of our country's pizza doughs has almost doubled the number of ingredients, and it's not the one you think. Plus, I have a moustache now.
Price increases, inflation, shrinkflation. This episode's wild, man. Strap in.
Since our first episode 4 years ago, there's been no change in Domino's pizza sizes in the UK.
Same in the US.
But over the past few years, shrinkflation has become a concern for consumers. Is our local Domino's delivering what it promises?
Only one way to find out.
Here are the 4 sizes available at UK Domino's. Firstly, we have the personal pizza, which is now being branded as a cheeky little pizza. This one should be 7 inches, and I think it is.
Starting with the small, it's supposed to be 10-inch diameter. 10 inches.
We have the small pizza. It's advertised as 9.5 inches.
The meaty boy, medium. This is supposed to be 12 inches. Yeah, foot. I think so, right?
A medium pizza in the UK should be 11.5 inches. I think they've pretty much got that right.
Large is supposed to be 14. I don't know, man. I'm getting 13 and a half, 13 and 5/8 maybe. Is that shrinkflation or is it just too close to call? I mean, if you bake it, it's gonna get a little smaller. It's gonna get a little more compact. So it's not unbelievably different, but still.
Our largest pizza is the large, 13.5 inches. That's pretty much it.
And the large, or the extra large, bam! So the X large can only be the New York style pizza. This is a little thinner, I guess, but doesn't look that much thinner. And I think it's hilarious that 6 slices, that's so funny. It's supposed to be 16 inches. Okay, they got 16 on this one.
All in all, it does feel like they are delivering on the sizes they're promising in the UK.
Maybe when you order your Domino's pizza and you get 1 or 2 and not 40, you probably are gonna be getting a more accurate size pizza. Possible.
Comparing both countries' largest sizes, the US beats the UK by 2.5 inches.
2.5 inches may seem like a small amount, but that means the US large has 57.9 more square inches. That's roughly the size of an extra 8.2-inch pizza. But wait, in a 2023 YouGov survey, 1 in 5 people in the US say they don't eat the pizza crust. So if this is you and you do this to a US extra large, you are discarding the outer 1 inch of crust, and you are willingly wasting 47.12 square inches of pizza.
You're losing 40 square inches if you don't eat your crust? Grow up, come on.
In 2020, we discovered that a US extra large was roughly the same price as the UK small. Those pizzas cost $13.99 and £10.99 respectively.
Prices have jumped up in both countries. A UK small is now £16.99. A US extra large is $19.99. Those prices are with no deals applied. So in pure numbers terms, a UK small is now more expensive than a US extra large. If you went into both places with $22 to spend, you'd be getting around 3 times the pizza for your money in the US.
For a fairer comparison, let's take a look at large pizzas in both countries. Here's a US large. It costs $16.99 and is 154 square inches. That means you're paying 11 cents per square inch.
Here in the UK, a large cheese pizza costs $21.99 and is 143 square inches. That's a cost per square inch of 19.7 cents. That's more than they're paying in the US.
First, here's a medium regular pepperoni pizza.
Here's a medium standard pepperoni pizza in the UK. Ours is cut into 8 slices and has 3 slices of pepperoni on each.
Let's see how many pepperonis it has.
Some of these might have a little bit of cheese on them, I can't lie. That's 24 pieces.
So our medium pepperoni pizza had roughly 30 pepperonis and 52 grams of pepperoni.
24 slices came to around 42 grams.
Is upgrading to the ultimate pepperoni pizza worth it? Let's compare the normal pepperoni amount to this amount. This went 42 pepperonis and was about 72 grams. So you're getting roughly 30 grams more of pepperoni on the ultimate pepperoni pizza for the medium. I mean, that's not bad, right? That's pretty good. You also get an extra type of cheese on there, so it's not just more pepperoni.
Here's a medium pepperoni passion in the UK. This one has 4 pieces of pepperoni on each slice for a total of 32. I'm going to weigh 8 slices of pepperoni and then add that to the thing. And we come up with 57 grams. I will say in addition to the extra pieces of pepperoni, there's also some more cheese going on here, and the cheese is kind of on top of the pepperoni rather than just resting beneath it. That doesn't seem worth it to me.
Our wings come in orders of 8, 16, and for the big game, you get 32.
Domino's chicken wings in the UK come in 2 sizes, a portion of 7 and a portion of 14.
We didn't talk about wings in the 2020 episode, but if we had, it would have been an order of 10. Yet, in 2022, Domino's wings orders went down from 10 to 8 without changing the price. They said it was because of wage inflation and food costs. In 2022, those 8 wings were $8.99, and today they're $11.99. That's $1.50 per wing.
Back in 2020, we actually just compared the exclusive toppings rather than the pizzas themselves. So for the first time, here are the UK exclusive pizzas. We'll start in this corner with a relatively new addition to the menu. It's a meatball marinara pizza. They've been very regimented with the toppings. Shout out to Surrey Keys Domino's, my guy Aaron. Exactly 3 meatballs per slice, as well as some red onion, some seasoning, and some tomato sauce. Yeah, not bad. The meatball's actually still kind of moist. I still don't know if a meatball is the best kind of like vehicle for meat on a pizza. Next up, we have the Mighty Meaty. A lot of meat going on here. I'm seeing ground beef, sausage, pepperoni, and ham, as well as some red onion and mushroom.
We have so many exclusive pizzas here in the US. I didn't get all of them because we'd be here all day. Right here is the pizza, pepperoni, sausage, probably ground beef. They really put a lot of meat on this pizza. I know we love our meat in this country. I'm no different, but I'm not getting a variety of meat here. I'm getting sausage and something else. The pizza, the extravaganza, they both have 2 Z's in the title, probably because you have a slice and it puts you to sleep. Overkill on the meats, flavor-wise. They're all clashing in there. Skip.
The next one is slightly controversial. This is a cheeseburger pizza. It's a cheese and tomato base, then they add ground beef, red onion, pickles, tomatoes, and burger sauce. Burger sauce is quite a popular kebab shop condiment here in the UK. The best comparison is probably a Big Mac sauce. It's got an aggressive smell on it. If you don't like burger sauce, if you don't like pickles, stay well clear. Go into this one with an open mind, and you might be pleasantly surprised. I really like it. It really does taste like a cheeseburger. It's quite impressive.
Down here, the Philly cheesesteak, Philadelphia. I mean, what an insult this is. If you've had a Philly cheesesteak, which I'm sure if you watch the show you have, great sandwich. It definitely has the Philly cheesesteak taste to it, but do we want this on a pizza? I don't know. Just get a Philly cheesesteak.
Next up, we have the absolute banger pizza. This one is an attempt at wordplay by Domino's. Banger in the UK can refer to something that's really good. A song can be an absolute banger. But then obviously we also have bangers and mash, so a banger can also be sausage. Domino's have got 3 types of sausage on this one pizza. We have pepperoni, we have a regular pork sausage, and we have hot dogs. Is it an absolute banger? Not sure. Might be like a 50% banger.
This pizza is the extravaganza. Looks like it has all the meats, and they also threw an onion, green peppers, and black olives. That actually is a little better. I stand corrected. This is actually, you know how I feel about veggies on the show, but I would get this over that. Because again, without it's just the saltiness of the meat and the already saltiness of the cheese. You're like, too much, but the veggies kind of chill it out a little bit, right?
That extravaganza pizza, when I tried it, was so chaotic, and it still looks pretty chaotic now. Learn the art of restraint, Domino's. This one is the tandoori hot. In an actual Indian restaurant, tandoori chicken is marinated and then cooked in a tandoor, which is a type of oven. One thing they've done well is recreate the color of tandoori chicken. It's not bad. I really do think the chicken itself actually tastes good. I think I remember Joe quite liked this one when he was here.
The tandoori hot was very good. I did like that. I wish that was in the US.
We're staying in the spice zone for a minute with this hot and spicy. Pretty similar to the tandoori hot in terms of composition, but instead of the tandoori chicken and mushrooms, you instead have ground beef. It's a little bit disappointing. I think if you have something on the menu called the hot and spicy, people are gonna want it to be really spicy. Over here we have the meteor. Dinosaurs, avert your eyes. Throwing it back to the Mighty Meaty, this is another very meat-focused pizza. In terms of toppings, the meteor actually contains meatballs, sausage, pepperoni, ham, as well as minced beef. That's 5 types of meat on one pizza. Personally, I think that when you have a pizza with this much meat on it, it's very savory, very salty. I think when you have something like that, you need the counterbalance that you would get from a tomato sauce. I don't think barbecue sauce does that same job. It's sweet, but it's still kind of in that smoky and savory way. And I think it just ends up being more of the same.
Buffalo chicken pizza. This to me is distinctly American. Instead of pizza sauce, we have buffalo sauce and of course chicken. I mean, I like buffalo chicken stuff, so I'm happy-ish to see this. Oh, I also see they added some onions there. Good call. A little much, but overall, pretty good.
I stand by it. That buffalo chicken thing, barely a pizza. Here we have the chicken feast. This one makes me a bit sad. When you think of a feast, for me, you think of like Henry VIII sitting in a banquet hall, surrounded by gallons of wine and roast boars. You don't think of this slightly sad chicken, mushroom, and sweet corn combination. For me, I don't love the texture of sweet corn on pizza. I don't think it holds up very well during the baking process. And then here we have the Texas barbecue pizza.
Texas barbecue was good. I'm not quite sure what makes it specifically Texas, but if that was in the US, I think it'd do well.
This one actually has a barbecue sauce base. That then gets topped with cheese, chicken, ham, peppers, and red onions. I personally do not like this pizza. I had the pleasure of eating some of the best barbecue in Texas on food tours earlier this year, so I'll give this a try and see how it compares to that. Yeah, I just really hate that.
Memphis, barbecue chicken. Memphis, a city in America. Tennessee, I believe, right? Yes. They got great barbecue there, probably. So why not have a whole Memphis barbecue chicken pizza? Similar to the Texas pizza I had when I was in the UK. How Memphis is this thing getting, really? Memphis? Can you get in the chat and let us know how close is it to your barbecue? When I think of Memphis, I think it has more of a sweeter barbecue flavor. But I do like barbecue, and I do like chicken. And I drove through Memphis once and it seemed nice. So, okay.
Next up is the New Yorker. I'm walking here. Hey. This one is a cheese and tomato pizza topped with ham, mushrooms, and pepperoni. I was fortunate enough to go to New York and have a lot of New York style pizza. And this doesn't look much like the New York pizza that I had. This was one of my go-to orders from Domino's back when I used to actually eat it semi-regularly. It's a good pizza. It's not too complicated. There's only like 3 toppings.
Speaking of places in America, we got the Wisconsin 6 cheese. Wisconsin is known for making so many different varieties of cheese. It's the cheese state. I think the problem with this type of pizza is the same one we have with the meat one. Hey, I love cheese. 6 cheese, 10 cheese, put all the cheeses. I'm a cheese lover. But 6 cheeses in one pizza? I don't think I can pick out all 6. And I think after 2, you're really struggling to see a diversity of cheese flavor. But let's find out. Okay, so I'm seeing something that could be a feta cheese. Okay, they got mozzarella in the building, so mozzarella has to be part of it. And while we're in that area, why not throw a little cheddar on there, right? Okay, Swiss, American, Parmesan. Yes, that's it. I mean, I give up. What are the other 2? We would have been here all day. Such an Asiago, get real. But now you say that, I do taste an Asiago on here. 6 cheeses, I don't think it's worth it.
This is the Veggie Volcano. It's a veggie-friendly one. If you're vegetarian and you like spice, then I guess this is the one for you. Charlie is vegetarian and he's had this before and he said it was pretty spicy. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make sure I get some jalapenos. I'm not going to anything from that, man. For me, that's a bit disappointing. Again, you name it volcano. You're expecting molten lava, loads of spice. But all you're really getting is a little bit of heat from the jalapenos.
You can also get these specialty pizzas. I'm not getting all of them, folks.
I tried pretty much all of those American pizzas on foreign exchange and broadly was just not impressed at all. I actually think I much prefer UK Domino's on the whole. I think my Domino's thoughts have actually remained pretty consistent over the past few years. I still don't like it when they try and do too much with a pizza in terms of toppings. I do think 3, maybe 4 is like the sweet spot for pizza toppings. I still hate barbecue sauce as the base. The one pizza that maybe slightly changed my mind and breaks my rules would be the cheeseburger pizza.
I honestly think, I feel like I've done this, at least 5 times, and earlier on I was like, man, all this stuff is terrible. But either they've changed the recipes or I'm changing. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by all this. I think there's something for everyone here except a vegetarian.
We have plant-based pizzas here in the UK. We have a few options including the American Hot, a Chicken Winner, a Pepperoni, a Margaritastic, and a Veggie Supreme. This one is the American Hot. It's tomato sauce with vegan cheese, a plant-based pepperoni, jalapenos, and red onions. Can you see that? The color's kind of like bled from the pepperoni into the cheese. That's interesting. If you just told me that was really cheap, really bad quality pepperoni, I might believe you actually. Like they've got like a tiny bit of heat going on there. That's actually okay. As far as plant-based pizzas go, they've done like a decent job at recreating a fast food plant-based pizza.
Now UK and everyone else in the world, we have sandwiches here at our Domino's. My rundown on this is that someone looked at it and was like, we got the ingredients and we have the ovens, what else can we put on the menu that literally is the lowest lift possible? I guess they gotta get this bread or whatever, but for the most part, I don't understand why a person would walk into a Domino's or go to a Domino's and be like, yes, I'm getting a sandwich. Anyone watching, if you prioritize the sandwich over the pizza at Domino's, please tell me why. So you can get all these sandwiches, let's get them up on there, which are pretty much reinterpretations of various specialty pizzas. The 2 that I got to show off today are, what did I get? I actually forgot. I think this is the chicken parm, yeah? Yes, the chicken parm sandwich. For those of you outside of America, and there are those of you inside America, will be interested to know that chicken parm, chicken parmesan, and chicken parm sandwiches are actually a distinctly American thing. I don't think they have chicken parm sandwiches in Italy. I'd be surprised that we might have re-exported it. People outside of America watching The Sopranos being like, chicken what? It's chicken breast baked and added with Parmesan baked into it. I don't know exactly what it is, but we have it in sandwich form. Look, if it sounds like I'm dissing it, I want to make it perfectly clear. I absolutely love a chicken parm sandwich, especially in the New York, New Jersey area. It's absolutely fantastic. But much like Philly cheesesteaks are native to Philly, the chicken parm outside of the Jersey, New York area, especially at the Domino's level, what are you guys doing? I'm curious on what this is like. Let's give it a bite. Yeah, no. Look me in the eyes. If you're scrolling through the comments, scroll up and look me in the eyes. If you're looking for another video to watch, stop. Everyone look at me right now. Turn off the music. A chicken parm sandwich is supposed to be like a thick cutlet of chicken. Just with the parm just baked into it, just dripping with amazing sauce. You know what? Go ahead and Google image search chicken parm sandwich without closing this video, mind you. That's what that should look like. I don't know who they're fooling with this. All right? Domino's, stop this. Nobody wants this. There's nothing close to a chicken parm sandwich. I don't know what you're doing with this. I hate it. Stop it. Speaking of Italians, I may be wrong when I say this. What Italian dish has banana peppers in it? Banana peppers are not Italian. No way. I was over there for a few weeks, whatever, I go to Italy, and I didn't see one banana pepper in the entire country. How is this even a thing? What do we do? What ham? I mean, yeah, there's ham in Italy, but there's ham everywhere. And banana peppers? What are you guys talking about? Is this like you don't have giardiniera, so you're like, we'll just use banana peppers? Peppers and giardiniera? Like this? Come on, guys. This sucks. These sandwiches, in my opinion, are pretty redundant and unnecessary, so I say skip them.
UK Domino's does not have sandwiches, but we do have wraps. I have never tried one of these before. I think they must be relatively new to the menu. I can't quite tell what this is. I can't tell if it's pizza dough, if it's a tortilla wrap. This one is the pepperoni passion one. I think they could go heavier on the sauce with these. That's quite dry, it's very cheesy. And now that the cheese is cooled, it's quite dense. I'm also just like wondering who would buy these. This one is the chicken and bacon wrap.
To continue with Domino's absolute blitz on Italian culture, we have pastas. You can get 4 different versions of it. There's a 5-cheese, spicy buffalo, chicken Alfredo Italian sausage. I went ahead with the chicken Alfredo, and I think this is the spicy buffalo. That I hate. Somehow penny noodles with buffalo and cheese sauce equals Italy. Absolute madness. Ugh. Now, if I had to choose, I'd still pick the sandwiches over this. These pastas are unforgivably bad. I know I ragged on the sandwiches, I think they're unnecessary, but at least the sandwich is like bread, meat, and cheese, just in a weird distribution form and somewhat flavorless. This, I feel like I'd more than a bite of this, it would make me sick. Breads, bread twist, dips, hey yo! Now we're at the part of the menu where for some reason this pizza organization, Domino's, decided, what if we just took pizza and like did it in a different order? Right here we have stuffed breads. What's that, you ask? I guess it's a calzone, only not really. They put all the pizza stuff that normally goes on top of the bread and put it inside. This is what it looks like. It's like a loaf of bread. This could have been like a flat bread or something instead. Everything's on the inside, so. Who in your organization said, let's do this? All right, let's taste that. You know what that tastes like? A pepperoni pizza. Yeah, imagine that. Just do that. We also got this dripping loaf of oil. Look at this thing. Look at this, look at this. Like if I was stranded on a desert island, I wouldn't eat this. I'd use it to reflect the sun to get planes to rescue me. There's a spinach and feta one, a bacon jalapeno one. Skip-it-da! Got Parmesan bread bites. It says what it's on the tin. Bread, Parmesan cheese. This stuff really sets me off, I'm sorry. Sick of pizza coming all together? Great news. Domino's sells you bread and dishes of cheese and sauce. To, I guess, make the pizza in your stomach. So there you have pizza with no bread. And great news, they also sell you nuts that is bread with no pizza. So you can finally, look at this. Oh wow, I just invented something new. Check this out, it's bread, right? Okay, hang on, bread. But what I do is on top of it, I'm putting marinara sauce and melted mozzarella cheese. What will I name this invention? Hooray, I got to assemble my own cheese pizza. What is the point of this? What is the point of this?
There are a ton of sides on the menu at UK Domino's. Firstly, we have these twisted dough balls, often served with a dip like a garlic butter or something like that. They add toppings inside them before rolling them up. So for example, this one has pepperoni inside. And these ones just have cheese on the inside. We have a bunch of fries on the menu. These are the pepperoni passion fries. And then here we have the loaded cheeseburger fries. Pretty much the same toppings as the cheeseburger pizza, but you don't get the burger sauce, which I actually really liked. Then we can also get potato wedges, and these ones are topped with cheese.
On to the sides, we have loaded tots. And get 3 different tot options. I went the Philly cheesesteak version, because why not? They dumped what goes on a Philly cheesesteak pizza, or a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, put in a potato tots. I don't know why either. Someone's got to be getting them.
We have a few different chicken options. Obviously we can get wings, as we discussed earlier, but we also have chicken strippers, as well as chicken kickers. Chicken strippers are more like chicken tenders, whereas chicken kickers are more like chicken nuggets. The kick part also refers to the fact that they come with a slightly spicy breading. You can get the strippers or the kickers individually, but I got them together in this chicken mix box. I actually quite like the packaging. It comes with these dips built into it. The chicken mix box also comes with wings. We also have plant-based nuggets on the menu. They look okay, actually. The breading looks pretty heavily seasoned. These aren't too bad. The texture of the fake meat is a bit spongy, a bit chewy, but the breading is pretty good. It's well seasoned. Definitely got like a kind of southern fried chicken feel to it. Then finally we have coleslaw.
Specialty chicken instead of tots. We do it with big chunks of chicken. I guess they could be sort of considered nuggets, but maybe not. This sauce pooling in front of here means one thing. It is the classic hot buffalo. I'll try one. They really bread their chicken. I think they're trying to hide the fact that the chicken's not the best quality with this breading the crap out of it. We got boneless wings here. I don't know why you don't like bones. Basically, you want nuggets that are shaped like chicken bones. Great, we got it. I think there's about 4 different wing varieties you can get at exclusively here at our Domino's. First up, the garlic parmesan. Come on with this, guys. I understand for efficiency, they don't toss it in sauce. They just like squirt the sauce on it. And maybe in theory, it's the same amount of sauce distribution, but this looks horrible. I like garlic parmesan things, but this looks like frosting. All right. It has a garlicky flavor to it, sweet mango habanero. There's something about not tossing the sauce, like dumping the sauce on it. It sounds so trivial, but it does taste different. It doesn't taste like the wings are really flavored. It just tastes like this is dripping with some weird gooey sauce. Definitely got a habanero kick. Whoa! Look, pizza and wings usually go together, so if you get some Domino's pizza and you want to get wings, or wings are perfectly fine. I would go for just the regular buffalo hot ones, these specialty ones. I'm not too convinced with the sauce that it's anything special, personally, so, yeah.
And that brings us to sauce talk.
Sauce talk.
Obviously the classic one is their standard garlic and herb dip. This is the one that comes by default with all the pizzas in the UK. I can't lie, it's absolutely fantastic. They also have a plant-based version of it. I don't know if I've tried the plant-based one before. Broadly recreated the flavor, but it tastes like plasticky to me.
Hot buffalo, we love it.
Domino's in the UK also sells Frank's Red Hot Sauce. It's not my favorite hot sauce.
The sweet mango habanero, just had this. Spicier than it looks, folks. Spicier than it looks.
Here we have a tangy salsa dip. We actually have nachos as a side option in the UK, so I think this is maybe targeted more for use with the nachos.
Ranch. I'm beginning to think that the UK, you guys do have ranch or a version of ranch. You just probably think your ranch is wrong because you're not crazy about it like we're here in the US.
Here we have a honey mustard dip. Then finally we have a sweet icing dip. I actually do quite like it.
And finally, blue cheese.
Then we're on to the desserts. Here we have double choc and caramel cookies. And these ones are the classic Domino's choc chip cookies. It looks like there's like a hole where the caramel sauce should be and they've like forgotten to add it with these ones. Hey, there you go. That's what they're supposed to look like. I'm into these, chocolate and caramel. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. In the UK, if you're eating a choc chip cookie, it's much more likely to be quite hard. It kind of snaps when you bite into it. But these ones, much gooier, squishy, indulgent.
Desserts, who doesn't want chocolate with a follow-up with their gorging of pizza and bread stuffed with pepperoni and cheese. You saw nuts before. We also have cinnamon bread nuts right here. Take a look at this. I have to say they were generous with the cinnamon. This makes sense. This twist makes sense. You have the icing separate, so it's not soaked in there. Tasty, but it was even better hot.
Here we have twisted dough balls. Here we have the Oreo twisted dough balls, and these are the chocolate cinnamon twisted dough balls.
This next thing is a marble cookie brownie. Is this distinctly a Domino's thing? This idea of A brownie with a chocolate chip cookie inside of it? I've never seen this outside of Domino's, but forgive me if this is known elsewhere in the world and I'm just finding out about it now. So I love brownies and I love chocolate chip cookies, so together at last? Personally, I would just go with the brownie. I don't think chocolate chip cookies really adding anything. If you want brownies after your pizza, get these, they're good.
And then lastly, we have Cinni dippers. These are covered in cinnamon sugar. It's the same dough that they're using for pretty much everything else, but in this case, it's made into this kind of tear and share disc. The Cinni dippers are also the dessert that comes with the sweet icing dip. The dough is maybe like a little dense, but honestly, anything that's covered in cinnamon sugar, I'm gonna eat.
Last but not least, chocolate, lava, crunch cake. How gooey is it gonna be? The fact I can hold them tells you they're not that hot. Save room for the dessert with Domino's. These are all right. Oh God, I've eaten too much.
Sadly, across the last 4 years, items have come and gone from the menus in both the US and the UK. It's time to pay tribute to some of the ones we've lost. Back in 2020, Domino's pizza dough contained 6 ingredients. In 2024, however, that list has gone up to 15. Compared to that previous list, we've added cornmeal, sugar, salt, whey powder, and the flour improvers ascorbic acid, L-cysteine hydrochloride, and the emulsifier E481. It's also unspecified if our flour was previously fortified.
Hey, since the beginning of this show, the Brits have criticized the US for overloading our food with chemicals. How's it feel now, UK? Oi! Back in 2020, our pizza dough had all of this stuff. And in 2024, our tossed dough looks to have the same exact stuff, except no calcium sulfite or calcium phosphate. Calcium sulfate is a dough conditioner, along with other dough conditioners, and calcium phosphate can be used for anti-caking and dough strengthening. It does appear to still be in the thin crust version in monocalcium form.
The pepperoni we use in the UK comes from more than one supplier, so there are 2 potential ingredients lists.
In the US, our pepperoni contains all this. It's relatively the same, except our pepperoni contains beef.
Back in the last episode, we discovered that the US pepperoni contained BHA and BHT. Those chemicals are restricted in the UK and cannot be added to our pepperoni.
Perhaps it's because studies have shown those chemicals can cause tumors in rats. Where's my boy?
Thankfully, Domino's has since removed BHA and BHT from all of its core products. Food Wars looking out for the consumers.
Oh, dang, we forgot to add BHA and BHT to our in memoriam.
One popular ingredient that differs in the 2 countries is bacon. Here in the UK, we use smoked bacon as a topping on some of our pizzas.
Whereas ours is just regular or unsmoked bacon. I have had smoked bacon before, and I think for pizza, I prefer unsmoked.
UK Domino's prices are a bit hard to pin down because Domino's is always, and I mean always, running a load of promotions. I've said it before and I'll say it again, no one pays full price for Domino's in the UK. If you do, you're getting ripped off. The UK Domino's website, for example, automatically applies deals using a deal wizard. You technically can turn this off if you want to, but why would you?
This is the first time I've noticed this, but it looks like where I'm at in the country, we also have like 20 deals or coupons on the site. I feel like Domino's is going the Kohl's route by just marking everything up to miraculously have a deal while we're shopping there.
For example, when me and the lads are cracking on and want to get some scran, sorry, Joe wrote this part of the script. In the UK, we have a deal that lets you get any large pizza for £12.
Here in the US, that would be a large specialty pizza and it would cost $18.99. But without the coupon, it'd be $22.99.
They do this for a few reasons. Firstly, everyone loves the feeling of getting a bargain. Secondly, pizzas can actually be a loss leader for Domino's. A loss leader is a product that a company deliberately sells either at a small loss or a very small profit, just in order to get people through the door. Domino's might not be making loads of money on a £12 large pizza, but while you're there, you might get a garlic bread or a bottle of Coke, and these things have much higher profit margins for Domino's. But how has Domino's fared recently with consumers feeling the effect of inflation fatigue and a general cost of living rise?
In the US, not so great. Domino's fell short in Q3 of 2024 with same-store sales missing expectations. Foot traffic has also slowed. Now, it's fair to say other fast food chains like KFC and Pizza Hut have also seen same-store sales decline this year. Domino's over the past few years have invested a lot in automation. In 2022, it opened a $50 million facility in Indiana that focused on automated dough production, as well as making various warehouse and delivery roles less taxing and improving efficiency.
Domino's are still doing well in the UK. They're number 1 in terms of delivery pizzas, so I'm sure they're not feeling the loss of my custom too much.
My college town had a Domino's, and that's where we just got pizza from a lot. That brand integration or them getting to me at an early age. Domino's was my shorthand for like fast pizza, but I hadn't gotten it for years just because I lived in cities with much better pizza.
Back when I was a student and when I was living with some friends in London, it would probably be like a every 2 weeks, maybe every month type of thing for Domino's in the house.
Doing the show though, like I actually don't like Domino's as much as I used to. I feel like it's like just all the other sides and stuff and all the weird things that they do, I'm just not that into it anymore.
Now, I couldn't really tell you the last time I actually chose to order Domino's for myself just on a random night.
I don't have much of a sweet tooth and I never get desserts. Me, pizza plates, like give me a pizza. I don't get anything else. But yeah, the desserts are pretty nice. I'm not going to get them, but I like them.
Domino's has surprised me a few times over the years, and I think the dessert options have kind of grown on me over the years as well, partly just because they are really tasty, but also I think you need something a little bit sweet when you're having something that's so salty and so savory like a pizza.
Hey, thanks for watching Food Wars. We have a new episode every Sunday right here on Food Insider, so be sure to subscribe and let us know in the comments what comparisons of fast food or snacks you would like to see us do in future episodes.